mine's Sally and I'm back here to cook again this week. I'm going to make something from the sharing table recipe book and it's chocolate and walnut brownies. It's a really simple recipe to do. It just takes a few minutes to make the mix and then you bake them in the oven for kind of half an hour and then you've got delicious brownies. Who doesn't like a brownie? So you start off with butter and chocolate. So it's 50 grams of butter and 100 grams of dark chocolate, which you just put into a pan on a low heat until they're both melted together. Dark chocolate can be quite expensive, but most supermarkets do a sort of a cheaper version. I know some of them, they're just like 30 pence or something, so try and get one of those if you can. So once those have melted together, it's really simple. In goes 75 grams soft brown sugar, 1 egg, break that in and start stirring it straight away. And then if you've got it, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, so that's about a cupful. If you haven't got that and you can't get hold of it, don't worry too much. Chocolate and walnuts are going to taste great together. So you just give all that a stir and then in with 50 grams of self-raising flour and the walnuts. That's 50 grams of walnuts. So you just combine those all together. It's really easy. Just turn the heat up. Give it a stir. Just make sure all the flour is mixed in, and that's all there is to it. So then you just need a tin. The recipe I think says 5 inches by 8 inches. I've got a 7 inch by 7 inch one, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm sure it'll be fine. The recipe also says to grease it and line it with baking parchment or greaseproof paper. If, like me, you haven't got any today, then what I do is I just get some butter, tear off a bit of that, and use some butter just to grease the pan. Make sure you grease it all over the sides and the bottom. And then, this is a tip that my mum taught me actually, and then you just put a little bit of flour in there and tap it around until it's all completely covered with the butter and the flour, and that acts as the same non-stick thing as a baking parchment. So when you've got your tin greased and lined, either like this or with a square of baking parchment in the bottom, then it's a case of just tip the mix into the baking tray, spread it out a little bit. You really don't need to be too careful with it. And then in it goes to the oven on gas mark 3. I can't remember what that is in. I think it's 350 Fahrenheit or gas mark 3. So put those in the oven and we'll come back and see what they look like in 30 minutes time. So the brownies have been in the oven for 30 minutes now and I've just taken them out. This is what you want to see. It's kind of got a crackled surface. That means that it's cooked. You do need to leave it to cool in the pan, in the baking tray, because if you try and take them out and cut them now, they'll probably crumble and fall to pieces. So leave those to cool in the baking tray for about 15-20 minutes. And once they're cool, then you can cut them up, slice them and eat them. I hope you enjoy them.